In the previous video, we learned that according to both ancient and modern models, the universe began as a chaotic ocean. Our current understanding of the early universe suggests that it transformed into a primordial mixture, consisting mostly of dark particles with a minority of material particles. This dark mixture is the raw material of the galaxies and other dark structures in the universe, which are similar concepts in both ancient and modern worldviews. In this video, we will explore the correlations between ancient and modern models in regards to dark matter and galaxy formation. Both ancient and modern models suggest that our existence is based on circular motions, as a sphere of dark matter encompassed rotating clouds and fountains of matter to form the Milky Way. Now, we are spinning with the Earth rotating around the Sun, which in turn is rotating around the Milky Way. Throughout history, the formation of the Milky Way has been the first letter in the alphabet of our existence, and it's fascinating that it has been referred to as Aleph or Alpha. The ancient Greeks referred to milk as gala, and the word galaxy has its roots in the Greek word galaxios, meaning milky. Almost 5,000 years ago, the Egyptians believed that the Milky Way was filled with the milk of a heavenly cow, which became one of the most popular ancient motifs of the Milky Way embodied in hieroglyphs. Scholars suggest that in the ancient alphabet, the letter A was called Aleph, meaning cow, which was likely copied from the Egyptian hieroglyph and reformed for ease of writing. In addition, ancient Middle Eastern cultures used snake-cow motifs to symbolize the mysterious interrelations between primordial substance, dark matter, and the Milky Way. Modern scientists have discovered these interwoven connections when they were solving the mystery of rotation discrepancy. There is a long-standing consensus that our existence is tied to the circular and spiral motions around the Sun and the Milky Way. Almost 4 centuries ago, Isaac Newton calculated the gravitational constant, revealing that our motions are determined by distance and mass. Our distance from the Sun is approximately 150 million kilometers, which serves as the basic astronomical unit, abbreviated as AU. The Sun's mass is nearly 2 billion tons, almost 1,000 times the mass of all other bodies in the solar system combined. As a result, we orbit around the Sun according to this simplified formula. Anyone can verify the correlation between yearly observations and calculations by inputting the mass and distance to derive 1 year. Our Sun is one of 100 billion stars swirling in the Milky Way. The Milky Way's radius is 6 billion astronomical units, and its weight is 50 billion suns. Our observations suggest that it takes approximately 225 million years for the Earth to complete one rotation around the Milky Way, but calculations suggest it should take 425 million years. This 90% error is known as the mystery of rotation discrepancy. Today, it is widely accepted that we are encased in a massive sphere of dark particles known as the dark matter halo. Dark matter is inert, unknown, and undetectable, much like the dark noon. For us, dark matter is composed of dark particles that are interwoven within the Milky Way. In ancient Middle Eastern cultures, it was the dark noon that interwove the heavenly cow. Approximately 4,500 years ago, the Egyptians republished the Book of the Sky, the latest copies of which date back 1800 years. This widely popular book describes the dark noon surrounding the Milky Way as inert and unknowable. Here are some descriptions of the dark noon from the Book of the Sky. It's worth noting that the chaotic noon, which existed at the beginning of the universe, has transformed into the dark noon. The uniform darkness. How the upper side of this sky exists is in uniform darkness, the southern, northern, western and eastern limits of which are unknown, these having been fixed in the noon, in inertness. Scholars attest that this was the prevailing worldview of the Egyptians for millennia, and similar beliefs were present in other cultures as well, particularly in Jewish culture. The Jewish culture introduced two modern keywords of galaxy evolution: clouds and fountains. According to NASA observations and calculations, clouds and fountains are vital elements in the evolution of galaxies. These fountains mix the old and new particles, creating raw materials for the formation of second-generation stars, particularly our solar system. Today, we know that gas clouds and fountains are bound to the gravitational trap of the dark halo, forming the triangle of the galaxy formation model. This model starts by defining the radius of a sphere within a homogeneous mixture of material and dark particles. Within this sphere, the material and dark particles bind gravitationally, collapsing spirally inward. The first-generation stars form in the deeper regions, while the gas clouds surround them in the upper layers. The slower dark particles envelope them as the outer boundary layer. Thus, the embryo of the Milky Way was a dark sphere that surrounded the gas clouds, which in turn embraced the fountains. The first stars illuminated the face of the protogalaxy. The primordial particles that formed these stars transformed into evolved particles. The explosion of the first stars injects streams of evolved particles, which build the fountains. The fountains propagate the raw materials necessary for the formation of second-generation stars, like our Sun. Strikingly, dark sphere, clouds, and fountains are the keywords of the ancient model. Remembering that the Jewish Tehom is equal to the Egyptian noon, we can find a bulk of ancient literature about the subject. Particularly, the 8th chapter of the Proverbs explains the formation of the earth, and consequently begins with the embryo of the Milky Way. Proverbs 8:27. God inscribed a sphere on the face of Tehom, established the clouds above, and strengthened fountains of Tehom. Thus, the mention of the dark sphere, clouds, and fountains in ancient texts shows a remarkable similarity with modern models of galaxy formation. The fact that scholars have dated the Proverbs to between 300 to 2500 years ago is fascinating. There is a remarkable consistency between the ancient and modern models regarding the primordial substance, dark matter, and our spiral existence. The ancient model of galaxy formation is based on the dark matter halo, clouds, and fountains, which have been confirmed by modern science. These models are symbolized by the letters A and N. It is fascinating to contemplate the reasons behind these striking similarities. However, the story of these timeless models is not over yet. In our next video, we will explore the role of water in the formation of Earth, which was mentioned in ancient models and confirmed by modern research in 2021. Comprehensive details are published in our book. Please share, like and subscribe.